When I was 3 years old, I got measles, and it affected my hearing. So I had hearing aids on both ears. Luckily, I was able to go to normal schools, enjoying my life, and just enjoying simple things in life. Yeah. Then when I was 20 years old, I got a sudden drop in my left ear. And then I had the same sudden drop on the following, in the following year, and that was really devastating. So I was profoundly deaf, and then that one was when I was doing my first architecture degree back home in Sudan. Then I moved into UK, and I really wanted to do another degree. And I started, although I was profoundly deaf. So, I didn't know any sign language, and I largely relied on lip reading. And I was struggling to get by in my first year because I didn't have a note taker. And luckily the course was design heavy. So I was able to excel with, working so hard and just be determined that I can do it. And it went very well so far. And I had my implant in summer 2011. That was between first year and second year. And after the implant, I received a letter saying that I won an award for the best first-year student, and that was amazing because it just made me realize that you can achieve anything with sheer determination and working hard. I didn't expect it. I just worked hard because I had to compensate for the hearing loss I had. Then from second year onwards, it was much better. I was able to hear lectures and be more sociable and more confident as well. And then in third year, I won another award, and that was for the third year student who best demonstrated an understanding of construction and materials. And I was so happy because it's just, going from being deaf to being able to hear, that definitely helped me to even reach my highest potential. So my parents were so proud, all my family, and I was so proud of myself as well. I think the implant was truly life-changing because I'm doing architecture, so working as an architecture assistant, you need to communicate a lot with your team, with clients, and sometimes you need to just pick up the phone and call someone or order a sample, something just as simple as that. And I was so worried before the implant, was thinking to myself, if I can't hear, how I'm gonna do that? And then the implant just changed everything. I'm so grateful for it, and I would definitely encourage people just to go for it. When I had the switch on, I remember that I wanted to hear, and I was determined that I'm gonna hear, and I believed that I'm gonna hear. And 3 weeks later, I was talking over the phone with my dad, and I could hear him just very clearly. And then it dawned on me that, if you believe in something, it happens. So obviously, you are what you believe, yeah. I had my implant at Southampton General Hospital, and I remember I stayed for 2 days, so that's the day of the surgery, and then I stayed for another day, and then I was discharged. After my switch on, at the time I was on a holiday, so summer break between my first year of university and second year. It was quite a relaxing time, and I remember that I used to go out, for walks and just trying to use the implant as much as possible, and that actually helped my brain to adapt quickly to the sound. So yeah, it was quite. It wasn't stressful at all, because I didn't have to worry about, going to lectures or, socializing with people. It was just quite relaxing period. With the implant, music sounds quite natural, and I usually listen to music, all the time on my way to work, back from work. When I'm having just a break or something. Yeah, it's just quite natural, and I'm enjoying it. I picked up music straight away, and it was quite natural from the beginning. I would advise people who'd like to go for a cochlear implant to be optimistic and patient. It's not an easy journey. You have to be very patient at the beginning, especially when you have your switch on. It's a journey, it's the process, and it takes, sometimes it's different from one person to another, but it takes sometimes for your brain to get adapted to the new sounds, but eventually you'll enjoy it, and you'll get the maximum benefit out of it. I would definitely recommend a cochlear implant for other people. Just go for it. It's truly life-changing. And if I had the opportunity to do another implant, I would definitely do it. My implant never falls off. Do you know, I go to classes at the gym, I do Zumba, and I do different sort of classes, and I think I have a strong magnet, so it never falls off. On the day of the switch-on is quite emotional, to be honest. I remember the first time I heard sounds. It sounded so weird, and maybe something similar to birds singing, or and it's not what I expected. But I was told that it's gonna get better. So all I needed to do is just to keep wearing the implant all day, going for walks and just try to explore the sounds outside home, and it started to get better much quicker than I expected. The implant has a remote control, and I use it only to switch from program to another. I also use the remote control to switch on the mini mic, but apart from that, I rarely use it. In my day-to-day routine, I never need to change the implant. I just find a program that I'm happy with, and just settle on that one. I've been to the cinema a couple of times, and the experience of watching a movie I think it's quite natural. So the sound is loud, it's not noisy, and definitely it's much better than before the operation. With the implant, I use the telephone to talk with my family, with my parents, my friends, and occasionally I use it at work as well. I don't need to, it's just all I need to make sure that I'm in a quiet place, and I can use the phone without any help.